Hello my tarot and cat friends. We are now in Gemini Sun transit, so happy birthday to all Geminis. And of course, when the sign switches, this is the time for my monthly forecasts. So this time around, we are going to have 6 different amazing in-depth spreads specifically designed to capture all your energies. So I'm starting with my version of a double cross spread to give us love forecasts. Then I'm going to follow it with Lenormand separately for ladies and gents. So that's going to give us both general and love situation overview. Then I'll move into the Gypsy spreads, and it's also going to be separated for ladies, gents, and couples. So if you guys are on or off, or if you're going through a temporary separation or recent breakup, you probably would be the best to check both singles and couples. Promotions this month, just join my Facebook and enter to win one of the 3 20-minute readings with me. So each like, comment, and share will win you one entry toward the contest. And of course, please subscribe, like, and share this video, and contact me for your personal forecast or reading. X reading is 45 until the end of the month, and then it will go to 50, so take advantage of that. Enough of the introduction, right? So let's see what's upcoming this month. Hi Aries, welcome to your Gemini transit Taroscope for this month from May 21st to June 20th. So let's jump right in. So the bottom one deck is full reversed, which talks about being foolish. It talks about kind of like being intrigued with too many things, kind of scattering your energy, or maybe not being ready for a completely new beginning. And finances and career, financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So I'm wondering these two, because actually full reverse is really good financial card. It kind of like can talk about taking calculated chances in something. So first glance, you have like 2 aces, so there's also kind of like new start, and sort of like something will be sacrificed as well. So let's see in the past. It says wedding, the situation involved marriage, and then you have Knave of Swords. For some of you, either the wedding is on your mind, or somebody else's wedding, or somebody else's marriage, and there were certain things here that were cut off, or things need to be communicated, things where you kind of like want to be victorious. 6 of Wands talks about, you know, adoration. It's either that you want to receive it or you want to give it, or both. And then the High Priestess reversed. This talks about secrets, and it also talks about children. So I don't know, did you guys have a love child with someone over here, and maybe certain things have been communicated or they haven't been communicated, or maybe certain things in the past you feel deserved more attention. The root for this month is healing family issues. It says your love life benefits as you forgive your parents, and then it's a new start. So it's not necessarily parents as much as coming back to the issues that maybe kept on being repetitive in your life, and sometimes it's just going back to why do you feel a certain way about something. So I don't know, if you have a partner that is maybe not as attentive as you would want him or her to be, maybe it is like really realizing that it was like some attention that you craved in like when you were a child, and hence there's the connectivity that you're trying to figure out. So somehow like there's some relationships and some issues just get self-resolved when you kind of realize, this is really what it is, this is what I'm trying to obtain. I see 6 of Swords means coming back and actually having this discussions. So you'll be going back either to your parents or to somebody who you feel you need to kind of like have words with, and talk about things that are not completely comfortable. And it is something that kind of cost you energy. You invested your emotions into something, but you feel kind of, it didn't kind of like end up giving you the satisfaction that you wanted, or something that you're still making you really sad about, something in the past, something that is like in regard to building something, building friendship, building something new. Like Ace of Pentacles is probably the best ace to get in terms of building long-term relationship. It is like a ridiculous strong earth energy, and this is kind of like a ability to ground anything, right? I know this is not your suit because you have fire, and this is why this is even more interesting, because it looks like with fire you're feeling at home, but this is Pentacles, which is earth, swords, and cups. So the healing is happening on many levels for you. In the core, you are seeking your soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate, and you're trying to figure out who that soulmate is. You know that I don't like those lists, kind of like he has to be or she has to be, like, I mean, 6 foot tall, blonde. This is kind of ridiculous, but you definitely do have to have a list. What is a go, what is a no-go? So how far will you tolerate things, how far you want, and that kind of like you have to stick to. You see, you're really thinking about it, because this is basically brighter future, but it's also telling me that you're still healing over something. There were issues that maybe render you hopeless, and it could be the third person over here. This is kind of a card that somebody, it could be a soulmate that you had in the past, that kind of, it was abrupt breakup and kind of rendered you not looking and not seeing the bright future, and maybe this is like why you kind of closed off for the some of you. For the others of you, you're dealing with the breakup right now, or you're dealing with a third person over here, and somebody's obviously juggling somebody. Like there is a chemistry, there is a strong romantic attraction here. Somebody really feels the pull toward a person. So this is you guys, you're trying to kind of revisit this and communicate all these issues. So there is, like, for some of you, there are ongoing issues, and this could be like that healing that is taking place at the same time. So what is crowning you? You see unrequited love. It says there is not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. And 5 of Wands is talking about possible miscommunications, establishing boundaries, sometimes even feeling being bullied. And 7 of Swords reversed. It's interesting, this time around, these readings are always coming up reversed, which is good, because in the reverse state, 7 in upright talks about sneakery, it talks about somebody taking something away from you in a really bad, malicious way. But when it's reversed, it means that you're kind of like coming to conclusion over something. Or if you're talking, or if you're thinking about something that happened in the past, maybe that involved another person, and maybe there was interference, maybe you felt bullied, maybe you felt, you know, in any way certain things didn't work out. Like you are now understanding, like you're waiting for explanation. This can mean explanation. It can mean apology. This can mean you're just simply reaching a closure, and yeah, kind of like realizing, okay, this didn't work out. This is like a 2 of Cups reversed. If this didn't work out, you know, it is time to move on. There's like really not much you can do. So what is really in front of you? Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. And there is like this 5 of Pentacles here. So to some extent, you feel that you're being left out in the cold. So now when it is combined, it's telling me that you actually are still trying to work on something from the past. And again, this is like the third person coming here. You're still willing to be there. And that's why I think all these conversations are taking place. Or it could be the 3 people here that are involved are somehow connected, and somebody feels being left out in the cold, and maybe even preparing for arguments or feeling defensive, but still willing to go forward. This is kind of like a seasoned warrior who kind of like has been in the battle, but is still kind of realizing, okay, now I have to come up with a strategy and to see how do I continue. This is also a planning card in the upright situation. So now just be careful that this kind of like whole feelings of kind of despair, I would say, or possibly kind of like not being grounded enough kind of take you away. But there are like two fire kind of cards here, which kind of can push you and propel you forward, even though, like, I mean, it kind of like doesn't even define the direction that you're going into. It's more or less generic feeling that you feel about it. So how do you feel? It says children. Your love life is being affected by children, and there is like 2 of Wands and 1 of Ace of Swords reversed and 6 of Pentacles reversed. Now this could be your own children, of course. It could be that you want children. It could be also that we are talking about healing and that this is affecting your inner child. And here, like, you see how I was saying, like, sort of like you seem like some of you want to go back to a relationship or something that happened in the past. It could be a relationship with children that kind of like is still basically happening, that you feel it is your soulmate. And again, we have another 2 over here talking about, okay, which direction do I go? Should I stay or should I go, kind of a thing. It talks about some kind of partial successes and that certain things need to be cut off. It talks about some kind of give and take and balance being sort of like ruffled up over here. It is kind of really interesting. It looks like there is like decision between the 2 things and one will be cut off. Or this also talks about not understanding or hearing this entire situation or imbalance in the situation. Or it could be that simply your children have problems and that you will help them deal with this. So you see, I think some of you are still kind of like going after all partners because your environment, your friends, your family is telling you to release them and release your ex. The time has come to clear our energy, and sort of like telling you this is not productive. You're not going to get basically satisfaction or some kind of love out of this dry well, because at this stage, like, everything has poured out. But this can also talk about just certain attitudes and certain things that didn't maybe ever worked. You see 6 of Cups, they're like still, it looks like you have the memories of things that didn't go well, breakups, and you're still hoping that you can manifest things. The Magician talks about preparing yourself maybe better, trying to come up with a different strategy, trying to come up with a new beginning. So you're kind of torn in between what you want. You do want to work on it in spite of everything. That's why these conversations and healing is taking place. But the path is still not decided. There are still big conversation, internal conversation, I would say. Hopes and fears, you have retreat. It is time to disconnect from the world. And then Strength reversed. So this talks about going deep inside of yourself, just like you had, like, where did you have that Hermes, right? Over here, it's again kind of recalling who you are. This is just simply the energy that you can only find when you're on your own. Like here, I'll see that you are talking to your friends and trying to figure it out and trying to come up with different creative solutions. But here it's saying, look, maybe somebody's here lacking ability to commit. Maybe it's as simple as that. No matter what you try, it's going to get there. You see, King of Wands, this could be you, that you don't really have what it takes to manifest. Maybe you don't want to manifest. Maybe it is you who is just trying to check out, or you who is staying around for the wrong reasons. And this altogether is telling you this could be a married person as well you're involved with, and you're trying to kind of reassess how much longer you can do it, and wondering if this is really worth even pursuing further. Knight of Wands, it's just kind of, should I really run in this direction? Or if so, will I be able to persist, or it's going to just cost me to kind of lose my energy, or will I be manipulated? So it's kind of like certain answers that you want to address. And overall, you're going to end up a month with still kind of processing your internal basically attitudes. While on the surface you're going to look light-hearted and going to flirt. It says extend your light-hearted energy to others. Inside you're going to still feel some kind of heavy energy. The Devil reverse talks about kind of the healing is taking place, but still you feel almost possessed with certain things that are really not in your best interest. Like, see, this is why the chains are here, this is why the cat is turning into whatever this is, a dog and a rabbit. And it's kind of like when you scratch your head and say, well, why the heck did I do that, right? See, coming back, and devil, like reverse, talks about still feeling trapped in a situation where you are. 8 of Cups means, like, I mean, you're still willing to pay this high price of this relationship, and it looks like this is like something that you're like, really, the attraction is there, lure is there, it's just like it is karmic. You see King of Pentacles, so there is somebody here that you think it's absolutely the key, it's the person you want to marry, it's the person you really want to be with. It's kind of like that grounded energy that kind of is ending there. So let's see if you're going to get some more information through Lenormand and through Gypsy cards. And guys, this is a generic reading, so for your own personal readings and your own personal situation, which could be much different, please contact me via my website. So now, again, let's start with the lady, which is for you ladies. It could be also your partner's energy that is picked up here, because I'm really picking up the situation here, so you will really know who this applies to. So Aries from May 21st to June 20th, from May 21st to June 20th, from May 21st to June 20th. Aries. Ooh, we have the Gentleman, we have the Snake, we have the Whip, the Scythe, the Clover, the Key, the Lilies, the House, and the Fox. So both Fox and the Snake are talking to me about, yeah, certain, let's say, betrayal. Somebody stepped into your relationship, but certainly your partner's on your mind, and things have been either cut off. I think things probably it looks like you broke up with someone in the past that you really felt was, again, there's like this key to your happiness, key to solution, and there is like unbelievable attraction to this person. Again, the Snake and the Whip, it talks about this amazing sexual magnetism over here, and yet it's also the person that you really want to actually form, like, I mean, life with, right? And again, it's talking about here about reconciling and reuniting with this person, but still dealing with the issues that you had, dealing with the Fox, which could mean betrayal and sneaky behavior. So let's take the Gentleman and see what more we can get from this. This could be now your partner, it could be a third person, and it could be you as well. Okay, so Aries, May 21st to June 20th. May 21st to June 20th. Aries, May 21st to June 20th. May 21st to June 20th. Aries. Oh, look at this in the same position. The Lady, the Fox again, the Ring, the Crossroads, the Clover, the House, the Stars, the Cross, and the Dog. Okay, so this is a different storyline over here that I see. I absolutely see, again, there is a connectivity between you and a partner. Certain things happen that kind of brought you to the crossroads, obviously. And it could be some, again, sneaky behavior, or something that came in a way of progressing further. And it looks like there are some kind of regrets in that respect, and that somebody is really trying to communicate back, and whoever was the person who created a problem is now trying to make up with, you know, some loyalty and bringing this lightness to this relationship, and yet still this is somehow still heavily weighting on you this month. So it's going to be really interesting how this evolves over here, but certainly there is a potential for working this out, because the communication is going to be okay. Both partners will be willing to work on it, but the issues would need to be addressed. Okay, so now let's take the gypsy cards and see what we get over there. So let's try with the sweetheart, and this kind of can give me lots of emotional feedback. Aries, May 21st to June 20th. 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 Okay, we have sights, misfortune, surprise, money, cheerfulness, joyfulness, pleasure seekers, and old woman. Okay guys, definitely there was a third person here for you, and I mean, obviously there were some kind of secrets that came home and you realized them, and it looks like you're dealing with them right now, and you're trying to get over certain things. Some of you are in counseling already, and some of you are really on your way to heal properly, but the others of you are still having this heavy energy of that, because you're basing like your feelings on really good things that you had, like the joyfulness was in the past, and yet it's really difficult for you to deal with the secrets that kind of like surfaced. But it looks like it's going to really progress really well for you, that currently there is this turbulence and this misfortune, kind of like your foundations are rocking. You're trying to see how do you move forward, and this old woman is like somebody, either a counselor or a really trusted friend or advice where you can get in order how to proceed to kind of like regain who you are, this cheerfulness, which is like you are by nature. And surprise means something will happen. Like, as much as this is a bad card, misfortune, surprise is a really good card. It means the shift is going to happen and it's going to turn around in your favor. Okay, so let's see a male significator over here. Again, this could be your lover, this could be, you know, somebody else, and it could be, again, let's see, Aries, from May 21st to June the 20th. Aries, from May 21st to June 20th. You have gift, wife, haughtiness, service, house, scholar, priest, and pleasure seekers. So this is the same situation here. Looks like also relationship has been affected, and it is also on the crossroads of what to do and how to go into it, taking many things in account, sort of like what works, what doesn't work. And for the others of you, are going through the breakup and divorce, and you might be kind of like getting involved with someone who is not really going to be good for you. In fact, sort of like a rebound relationship. The others will be dealing with your exes this month. This will be resurfacing and maybe asking you to be with them. And again, some of you or your partner might not feel, that there is like a time for commitment. But altogether, again, just like in the previous spread, it's going to be something that is uplifting, that is going to bring some newfound perspective or kind of like new foundation in all of this. this just worries me, that this kind of like definitely talks about somebody messing up. So this definitely talks about either past partners or about reunions or about breakups. It could be any of that, because I'm reading these cards only in the upright. But like these could mean like, I mean, finding a new situation. But since the pleasure seekers are coming as the last cards, as the future card, I see something toward the end of June, so around June the 15th or so. It could be some kind of issue. So let me clarify these pleasure seekers. What are these pleasure seekers all about here? Pleasure seekers. See, it might be a temporary separation if you're with someone, or you'll be kind of like longing for someone, or maybe there is a long distance relationship that you guys have where you feel that maybe the partner is not faithful to you. Give me one more. Oh, two more jumped out. So I see it might be certain things that come to you that will surprise you, and since this is upright, could be reversed. I think it's going to be lots of conversations will take place, just like what we had in a tarot spread over there. So what is this priest all about here? What is this priest? Fortune. And faithfulness. Okay, so before I tell you this, let's see what is the vibe here for wedding. Yeah, guys, some of you may actually some of you will definitely reunite. Some of you will renew your vows and put any issues you had in the past, kind of like move forward in a new direction. Just be careful when you're doing this, that the things are discussed the way it should be, right? The conversation should take place, and do not let surprise to kind of take you back. But it looks like some of you, like from your tarot spread, are really looking for it. And scholar means like the thought process has been happening for a while, and kind of seeing the pluses and minuses, like nobody's kind of perfect. And this is definitely resurrection in activity and commitment over here. So it is just like only one small thing. The pleasure seekers also could mean kind of acting a little bit recklessly, responsibly. It could also mean partying too much, and sometimes like when you do that, you lose sight of that you may actually hurt somebody with your actions. So just like be careful about that. So now let's see couples. Where is Grand Signore? Lord here. So let's see, because this is really interesting. It looks like you guys still have somebody you feel really warm from the past, from all the spreads. Okay. Wife and Lord. What is like for the couples and committed couples this month from May 21st to June 20th for Aries? Committed couples from May 21st to June 20th for Aries. For Gemini transit. Wow, that was loud. For committed couples from May 21st to June 20th. Oops. For Aries, May 21st to June 20th. Okay, well, we have wedding here. We have foe. We have messenger. We have malady. We have prison. We have child. We have widower. We have old woman. We have service. And we have frivolity. Again, it looks like something happened in the past. Like the wedding and prison are similar cards. Prison talks about marriage as well. And foe talks about arrival. And something could be that for some of you, this relationship ended. This relationship kind of felt that there was interference in the relationship, that there was somebody else. Some of you went through counseling and trying to kind of figure out how to continue forward some of you will go forward and kind of like move on, but there'll still be kind of some depression on some level. But the others are going to fully recover and kind of like have this uplifting feeling and figuring out how things can work out. The communication would improve. There'll be decision of getting on the same page as well. And I think really that commitment will be reaffirmed for all the couples. Some of you may get pregnant, or some of you can actually even lose a child, and that can kind of like be effect on you as well. I mean, probably lose a pregnancy, pardon to say. Maybe that's not going to work out. Or it could be something happening to a child that kind of like can be a life-changing event and moving to the next stage. But as far as relationship, it looks like that you guys kind of have been dealing with certain things in the past, and that you're going to put them to rest. So it's going to be interesting to hear from you guys. For your privates, please contact me. My website is www.cattarot.ca, and let me know what you think. All the best. Love you, Aries.